Okay, so you can click on an item and hear it play back. You can make it, let's see, you can make it start and stop by clicking to start and clicking to stop. I like to start with drums or percussion. There are also sound effects. I'm not sure if your system at school has all of the same sounds that mine has, but sound effects is nice if you have it because you can do, oh, that's opera vocals. You can find all different types of sound effects like robot bleep. That's nice. Zap beat. So hopefully yours has all of these. Oh, you have Spanish words. You have just tons and tons of stuff. Tiger roar. Just lots of sound effects that can be used for projects. And you can search something specific. Like I can go into the search field and search for something like airplane, maybe. Airplane. And then they've got all the airplane sounds that come up. Airplane engine. Pretty good. And then you want to clear your search. You click the X and then everything comes up again. But I want to make some sort of music for my shape animation. So I'm not going to do sound effects today. I'm going to click the X and I'm going to start with drums, maybe all drums, and find a beat because the beat is the backbone of your music. So there's 80s backbeat. Let's see. Okay, that could work. I like the 80s. Take it back. Okay, so let's say I like this 80s beat. Well, let me try this one. I'll try this one. So if I like something, I'm going to drag it and drop it up onto a track. So I can't put it on this track because this track here is reserved for piano, which if you do play your own music, you can bring up the musical keyboard. Let's see, under window, there's show keyboard or musical typing, and then you can actually type out music and click the record to record, and you can switch from it being like a musical typing to see an actual piano, and you can choose the range you want to be in. So you can do that. And let's see, you can choose with the library, you can choose different instruments to play the piano with. So if you want guitar, classic, then it becomes a guitar sound. So you could do something like that. You can click record. And then you have your own little melody there. But I'm not going to do that. I don't claim to be a musician. So I am going to not use that. I'll delete that. And I'm going to close this and close the library. And I'm going to use my loops. So I'm going to go to the loop browser. And let's say I want to use this 80s backbeat. So to use that, I would drag that up and drop it in. And if I wanted to get rid of a track, like if I didn't want this track here, I can select the track and I can delete it. You can delete the track by right-clicking and choosing delete track, or you can use command delete. There's the shortcut right there to delete a selected track. So now I've got this 80s backbeat, and I can play it and hear it by pressing the space bar. You can play forward, or you can click play button. I like to use the space bar to play and stop. Okay, and now if I want to trim this shorter, I can mouse over the bottom end of the beat. If I wanted to just loop it, notice if I mouse over the top end, I get a loop icon. When I'm mousing over the bottom end, I get a trim icon. So if I wanted to trim it down shorter to here, maybe I could do that. And then if I wanted to loop just those basic beats, then I can go up to the top and loop it out. And now I've kind of created my own beat. Okay. Or let me drag the loop back in, and then I can extend it back out to its full length and then loop that. So maybe I want to do that. I also want to be aware of the time length of this, because jumping back to After Effects, the time length of my project happens to go till 30 seconds. So I want to create a soundtrack that matches the time length of my After Effects project. So jumping back to GarageBand, I need to change how I'm viewing my time. Instead of seeing it as bars and beats and tempo, I can click this drop down here and change it to beats and time, or just time. Let me try beats and time. So with beats and time, it'll count the beats, but it will also give me the time. Or maybe I just want time, and then it will count the time length. So let's see. So that's the seconds. So I want about 30 seconds. So let's see. Right about to there, that would be 30 seconds. So let's say I want the same beat for 30 seconds, maybe till there. Well, I'll let it go a little, like the full length of this beat there. Okay, so I like that. So I've got my beat. Next, I want to find maybe a melody that goes well with that beat. So I can click the X to X out the drums, and then look at melodies, maybe synths. Okay, there's another 80s thing here. 80s classic lead synth. That's kind of fun. Or there's a 70s. Or there's an airy Vox synth. Or maybe this one. Wait, oh, those are the same. Let's see. Alien lead. So there's some interesting sounds here. Anthem fervor synth. That's too cliche. Ambition. Barricade. Let's see. Black tie chimes. Maybe that airy Vox synth. Let's see. Okay, let's say I want to try that. So I just drag that up and drop it in somewhere. Let's see. Maybe I want it to come after the beginning beat. Let's see. how it's. Maybe I want it to come a little bit before that. Maybe here. Let's see. I'm not sure about that. It's a little strange. Maybe I'll delete that one. Select and delete and try something different. Maybe this one. Let's try the 80s. 80s classic lead. Let's try that in there. You gotta kind of feel where it's gonna come in best. Let's see. Maybe. I think it works. So I could extend it longer. And then I need something else to come in to blend with that. Let's see. Or maybe something. Maybe that could be cool. The cascading gated synth. So let's see if I add that somewhere. If that layer will be interesting. That's kind of nice. Okay, so let me just extend this one to there maybe, and then extend this one and go all the way to there. But maybe this one is a little too loud, so I can bring down the volume of this one. So you can use these controls to bring down the volume. But maybe I want to have it fade out at the end. So to fade out, I need to go to my automate settings. Let's see, where do I find that? Show automation. It's under mix. You can also press the A key on the keyboard and go into the automation mode. And now I can fade the volume down at the end. So here, if I want to fade the volume, notice volume is the automation parameter that's selected. And then all I have to do is click to add a keyframe. Well, first I click to activate the volume level, and then I click to add a keyframe, and click to add another keyframe, and then I just drag this keyframe down, and then it will have a nice fade out. There we go. So it's fading that sound out, or I could go more gradual. Well, it's better like that. So it ends there. Okay. You can also try adding an effect and fading an effect in. So if I go to, if I click on the little up and down arrows here, I can choose different effects. Like I can choose reverb or echo. What's reverb? Reverb is kind of how the sound bounces off the walls of a particular room space. So I just added reverb on this, and the reverb is actually, the reverb level is down at the bottom to start with. So I can fade it in by clicking to add keyframes, and then I can bring reverb up on this one. So let's see if we can hear a difference. Okay, I'm gonna solo this track so I can really hone in on this track and really pay attention to this one track. So to solo, you have these buttons. There's the solo, looks like headphones, or you can mute a track, turn it off. But I'm gonna solo this track so that this is the only track I can hear now. So here, I'm gonna add another keyframe, bring this all the way down. So there should be no reverb here. And let me bring the reverb all the way up at there. Do you hear a difference from here to here? The sound kind of lasts a little bit longer. It's like pressing the sustain pedal on a piano with reverb. So I just brought some reverb up. You should also be able to click a keyframe and maybe press delete. Yeah, to delete extra keyframes you don't need. So I just brought reverb into this sound. Kind of works in an interesting way. I'm gonna unsolo it now so we can hear it with everything else. So let's hear how this sounds. Maybe this should come in at a little bit different time. Maybe. I guess it's okay here. And you might want to zoom way in. There's a little zoom slider here that you can zoom way in. And really make sure that you're matching sounds to beats. Because it's maybe a little bit off, so I can adjust it to really line up with this beat. Oops. And maybe I want this. Well, I kind of like how this sound comes in. I was thinking maybe I should fade this in, but I think it's okay. Maybe I'll extend this a little longer. Or I could fade this one down. So I'll go back to volume and then click to activate the volume level, click to add keyframes, bring it down, there we go. Maybe bring down the volume on the beat too to signify a clear cut ending. Alright, so that works. You can get out of automate by pressing A, and then you can continue to edit normally. You can also double click on track clips, and then you have access to editing them down here, where you can actually highlight a section and press delete and make a cut in the middle of a track. I'm going to undo that though, Command Z to undo.